The truth about routines. We talk about routines on this show all the time, and everybody out there wants to create a new routine, a new habit in their life, and that's what it's all about. And today is the truth about routines. And we're going to go ahead and break it down. This is the Voices of Victory channel. I am your host, Mario Leone, and guess what? Welcome to the show. Don't forget to click on the Podbean link below to visit the Patreon so we can grow together on this channel. So, yeah, routines don't run on discipline, all right? Because we're really complicated creatures. A lot of people think, oh, well, just routines are just discipline, aren't they? We're more complicated as human beings. Like, we have a nervous system, we have other things going on, right? And they don't run on just discipline or discipline alone. They never did. So, when we really look at our emotions can block us completely from the routine. Totally. Your nervous system and your emotions can block you from routines. Totally. Stop you from your routines. Totally. But the real fuel is emotions. Emotions can be used. Not logic, not willpower, but emotions. Okay, very important. And we know it's connected to your nervous system at best. So that's what's actually running the show underneath every routine that you ever tried to build was emotion. Because if you're listening to music that's emotionally intense, that could actually increase your drive, that can motivate you. You feel it, you act very quick, and most of all, you start things. You can do that. You get what we call pumped up. So the emotional intensity, even Bruce Lee used to shadowbox to jazz. But emotions is a paradox because outside of the emotional intensity, it could also decrease your ability or stability towards routines because your nervous system is behind it. So the whole routine just crumbles like a house of cards. So there's a struggle here between this paradox, the paradox of using your emotions to gain momentum and move forward versus not. There is a difference here. Emotionally intense people, they don't struggle to care. That's what we want to understand. They struggle to actually stay consistent, and they need to stay consistent. So you're going to have motivations, and motivation's going to fluctuate. It's going to go up and down like a stock chart. It's going to go up and down. So you have to be able to commit and commit really hard. And the best form of commitment is decision. Just decide in your head. Make a decision. And when you do, when you have a hard commit and you decide in your skull, your nervous system's like, all right, let's do it, because your nervous system will be behind it. And everything from there can go forward. But if people and their nervous system gets really rocky, then what happens is the nervous system says, we're not doing anything. Stay home, no gym, no nothing. Everything falls apart completely at that point. So if you don't have that hard commit, if you don't have that decision in your head, if you don't have that emotions being grounded, it is important to take your emotions and bake them into your routines. Like for example, having music adds emotion. So what does that do? That actually gets you more motivated, right? To do that. So that's where it becomes important. So what actually does work? Well, it's not more motivation. Okay, it's not that. We want the structure around emotion. So I think it's very clear that I say that to people. And if you haven't heard my episode on the 3 types of people that have difficulty with routines, all 3 of them have emotions in common. So we have to put our structure around our emotion. We're taking our emotions and bake them into our routines. That doesn't mean that we're all emotional about it. We're learning to ground our emotions and we're learning to move into our routines and break up the monotony, so to speak. So you don't need to feel more, but you do need to have a routine for what you already feel. That is important. So when it comes down to it, it's a big cycle, it's a big wheel. Your routine is incredible when the emotion gets channeled into a cycle that is totally predictable for you, right? It's one of the reasons why I used to hit the heavy bag to just music. Then I would work on my form later on. So you kind of get all your emotion out and then go from there. So when it comes down to routines, you get to channel your feelings. So if you make a lot of effort, if you work out and you put a lot of effort or you put a lot of effort into your routine, it doesn't have to be a workout, but if you put a lot of effort into your routine, you get a sense of relief. You're like, all right, feel good, right? Then after that, after completing something, there's that emotional reward, that reward. And what this does is the more you repeat it, the beauty is it starts to become a part of who you are at the end of the day. So it's the same cycle every single time. And this is what your brain is actually learning. Like, we are human beings that have to teach our brain what to do. But we have to be able to unlock those doors and understand the brain a little bit more. So how does your brain decide? Well, your nervous system doesn't just learn from your intention. What we can look at is repeated emotional outcomes, if you will. All right. So the more you repeat these emotions, the more you get a result. And then your nervous system doesn't just learn from intention, it actually learns from the result that you got. So the good news with that is you feel good. You feel safe. Your nervous system feels safe. You feel relieved. And then you're like, I want to do this again. I like this. So it's not random anymore. It's not unstable. And if it feels random, if it feels unstable, you'll let it go. You'll drop the habit completely. You will dump the habit and you will backslide fast. So it's important that you understand how that feels in your body. So the real question is not so much of how do I stay motivated, right? It's not about that. We have to be able to design this cycle of success and connect your routines to your emotional, your emotional aspect of who you are. So it's not about how do I stay motivated. It's about creating that very system that you need. So once emotion is predictable, the behavior becomes automatic. That's what I want you to want. Like, if that's the whole show in one sentence, that is it right there. Once you become emotionally predictable, the behavior becomes automatic. That's when your routines actually start functioning the way they're supposed to. You try to bring a diet to somebody and they get all emotional. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. And they get all about their feelings about that. So what starts to happen is they reject that routine immediately, right? Now, that doesn't mean we can't continue to work with them. It doesn't mean we can't, get them to understand. Like, we have to look at the bigger, deeper picture here, So I think there's a lot of fitness people that will browbeat their people. And I think it does poorly on their reputation. Like, it will impact them negatively. Very important that if you're a fitness instructor and you're browbeating your clients, that will come back and bite you. That will. So what's important here is that people understand that emotions can be used to channel that intensity in a productive way, or it can really be used as something that will stop you up and slow you down because your nervous system's not behind it. Got it? So it's all about creating a routine that has your emotions baked into the process in some way, shape, or form. And for that, you can visit the 3 types of emotional people. That one episode I have, when I just released it maybe not even a few days ago, about the 3 emotional types of people, the 3 emotional types that have difficulty with routine. All right? And you'll understand exactly why. Have a great day and see you in the next episode. Don't forget to click the link below so you can visit my Patreon and we'll grow together. Take care. Mario Leone, signing off.